Big day for you. Laura's Charm, it keeps on winning. However, today, it does continue to rise in weight. Is it a problem?
Yeah, it is. She's not very big. She's got a harder goal, but she is limited in size.
Full Bloom coming up. True Charm on the inside. Now the fillies are set. Flying good. Stand. Lights on. Racing in the first. And the left in a good line too. Little Duke's one of the first out here. Mani Dior began well, so did Pori and Shahana. And from the outside, Full Bloom is out, galloping very freely and going very fast towards the front. Mani Dior pushed up on the inside to lead Full Bloom. Over on the inside of those is Little Duke's, a length and a half to Data. Then Archway's Greatest and Shahana very deep and going back there, losing some ground. Over on the inside is Honest Polly, and further back then over on the inside of those would have been Lady of the Desert. Further back then came Laura's Charm, a length and a half then on the inside is True Charm. A fair way back, Glorious Lady, followed further back by Honest Polly. Pori's back last, and second last before the home turn is Sampo. It's Mani Dior on the inside before the turn. On the outside of it is Full Bloom, a length and a half further back Data. Little Doots is fourth behind those from Laura's Charm. Then trying to get off the fence when they turn is Lady of the Desert. In the straight they race Mani Dior the inside. Still right there is Full Bloom with it. Little Doots coming from behind those. Laura's Charm coming down the centre. Data is right there. Running out of ground is Lady of the Desert in the centre. On the outside, Laura's Charm moving to these leaders. She ducked in, but she took the lead. From on the inside, Full Bloom. Coming back, Mani Dior, but Laura's Charm in front. And Laura's Charm has scored a neck on the line. I think Mani Dior second. Third, Lady of the Desert may get it in front of Full Bloom. Not much in it. Just behind those further back, Pori may ground from Data. Then Sampo, Little Doots. Further back, then Glorious Lady. A gap in the race to True Charm. Well back in the race, Shahana followed just coming in. At the head of the others by Honest Polly, which Archway is Greatest. Laura's Charm, number one, finishing off hard. Number one, Laura's Charm. It's a photo for the miners. It's one Laura's Charm, number one, coming down the centre with a big finish for the top weight. Plenty of weight today, and she's been too strong. Judge calling for the photo for the miners with Mani Dior. Coming through late, Lady of the Desert and Full Bloom. Mani Dior to get second. And Lady of the Desert is poking through very late in this photo for a third with Full Bloom. Mani Dior will get second for sure. Lady of the Desert has flashed up. I don't know whether her nose has got there. Nose might have got there in time just to nose out Full Bloom. Laura's Charm again laying in, but she's got a tendency to do that. But she didn't cause a great deal of room to deal of a problem to my eye. And she's been too good. As I mentioned, she had 2 over the limit last start. She had 6 over today, a 58 on a 52 limit. That's a good effort. 7 has got third. 7 gets third, so it's 1, 2 and 7. 1, 2, 7, Laura's Charm, Mani Dior, and poking through Lady of the Desert has just grabbed third on the line.
All right, she's a good filly. Laura's Charm making it 3 wins on the trot. A filly by Costa del Lago. 1, 2, 7, and the first 4 is still to come for New South Wales punters. We'll leave Caulfield there for the moment. Race 1 at Eagle Farm. They're heading around to the start. Enclave is the favourite. And with all the news from Eagle Farm this afternoon...
2 weeks, so I'm nice and fit and healthy and ready to go.
Swinging off the bar?
Yeah, been doing plenty of that. Chin up.
It's a monkey stuff, eh?
Yeah.
Test 2 reports there. Third versus first. As we look at this vision, Greg Childs is in the blue colours with the white spots there. This is an angle from behind the horses as they run down the home straight. And she certainly was inclined to run in, and then she veered out in the last 200 or so. So third versus first, and the other protest is fifth, the rider of Luke Curry, versus first and third again for alleged interference in the home straight. So there's Stephen Baster, Luke Curry, Greg Childs, all the jockeys involved. Here we are with the head on, and blue and white colours is the eventual winner. She's about to run in. That horse on her inside that cops that bump is Full Bloom, ridden by Darren Gauchi. And just back behind them, the Matthew Ellerton's horse. Matthew Ellerton's horse is the third one, Lady of the Desert, which was ridden by Stephen Baster. There he is giving his evidence after an action-packed first race at Caulfield. So we'll stand by for more news on that front. Here we go. Greg Childs out wide there. Full Bloom just inside her, or Full Bloom in the Peter Horwitz colours, in the grey and red. And she's about to cop a whack. about 150 metres from home. Correct weights in from Brisbane on the first, Eagle Farm, 1, 3, 2 and 8. Trailer with
Gypsy Honor ran a terrific race at Warwick Farm last start. Came out very ordinarily over the 1100, but really flashed home. And the step to 1600 will be of interest. Written by Zars, got its fair share of supporters. Moves up. Connecticut, good run on the Bailoo. The Bailoo could be a good guide.
Now they're ready for race one, it seems. Have they got this other one in? No, just awaiting the last one to move up. Magic Mitch is becoming very anxious in the gates. Wants to kick out and is upsetting a few others. Sweetan a little toey as a result. Now just this last one to move in. Finis de Milo. Magic Mitch is very, very agitated. Surprise Impact's gate has opened behind. Barrier attendants try and shut it, but he wants to lay on the back. Surprise Impact. An attendant going in to bring him forward more, and the other attendant shuts the gate now. Now they're ready. Finis de Milo completes it. They're off and racing in the first at Oakbank, and beginning very nicely on the inside. Solicitous out well. Surprise Impact and showing speed. Mr. Mercurial. Society Lane was beaten out, but is mustering speed from barrier one and will hold the lead. Just behind them, Sweetan. It's drawn out about 4 clear of the others. Vain Peril, Finis de Milo, followed by Carla's Glory, Bello Brina by my side. Deep out Magic Mitch, 3 away behind those Oxford Annie, and last of all is Lethal Jack at the 600 metres, and Society Lane by a length and a half. Surprise Impact, 3/4 Solicitous, then a length away on the outside. Deeper out Mr. Mercurial, Finis de Milo wide. Sweetan sticks to the inside from Vain Peril, Bello Brina, and then Magic Mitch straightening at the 350. Society Lane, Morgan went for home, leads by 2 lengths. In second place, coming after it strongly, Surprise Impact. Solicitous on the insides getting home, then Mr. Mercurial and Vain Peril from well back starting to charge late. Surprise Impact hit the lead from Society Lane, racing greenly but coming back. Vain Peril closing on the outside. It's flying Vain Peril. It got up Vain Peril. Vain Peril beat Surprise Impact a half length, ran in severely on the line. Third's a photo, Society Lane, and the horse severely checked, Mr. Mercurial, followed by Solicitor Sweetan, and then behind those next in was Oxford Annie by my side. Carla's Glory followed home by Bello Brina, Magic Mitch, Finis de Milo and Lethal Knight. This will get up Vain Peril on the outside, number 8. Jared Lorenzini, the horse wanted to duck in sharply, but it will win and win clearly. Vain Peril, a filly who's a half-sister to Star Peril, has come with a late close. She was racing greenly. I think she was also impeded by other horses shifting out. Society Lane moved underneath Surprise Impact. I think it'll hold second, Surprise Impact. Third's a good go. Here's the head-on. Watch for Society Lane in the blue blinkers. One off the rails, leading the race. It moves up severely. Surprise Impact, though, gives ground of its own accord. Vain Peril is out wider. A grey filly. She's almost roan. She got balked there by Surprise Impact, which was moving out underneath Mr. Mercurial. And look how wide she is there, Vain Peril. And then she ducks in on the line. So, looking at that head-on shot, I don't think it was really her fault, because she got moved more before getting close to the line than what she moved back in the last 10 metres. We stand by for these placings. A filly who'd been obviously kept very safe by the bookies, of course, and trained there without a trial, and has won and won well. Trained by Ken Sweeney, who has a great record here, and a full credit to Jared Lorenzini, the comeback jockey, who rides so light now and so strong. Well done, Jared.
Yes, quite possibly they've set her for the carnival and got the money at her first start. They've got her into it without a barrier trial. She's got up at 960. We just need those minor placings. Still no sign of them on race 1, Oakbank. All protests at Caulfield dismissed on the first event. Laura's Charm over Marnie Door and Lady of the Desert. 127 correct weight on the first at Caulfield. And we've got the next at Caulfield coming up. There's McCarthy's Bar, the unbeaten 3-year-old. 4 starts for 4 wins. He is pretty smart. A couple of times he's completely bungled the start and still won. Hope he gets away today. All right, Alf?
I certainly hope so, Matt. However, last start he did leave them a lot better, and he's gradually improving as he learns. Continues to look wonderful in the mounting enclosure. I think he's an exciting galloper, and no doubt they keep on keeping on.
Well, Andrew, My each-way special of the day, Palio H-Way. It's pretty tight on the toe compared to what they're betting on track, Brendan. How's the horse done since last time? Half straight him up. His last 100 was pretty good.
Yeah, and he actually is even pulling him up virtually the last 20 metres, and he still went from 4th to 2nd in that time. So once he lets go, if he gets a good clear run and there's nice pace on, he'll be damn hard to beat.
Whip left hand today then. You've told it very close on and off track. It'll start clear favourite. Tendency's been a little bit easy, near enough on and off track. Very good value for Rathlin, number 4. It's just double figure odds at on track and big value, as I say. Winsome Lot, a little bit of value. Palio Archway, it's been easy on track and is unders the toe. And Bojack is one of the outsiders in the race at the moment. But a clear favourite, been supported Matt McCarthy's bar, number 2.
All right, thank you, Andrew, and they're just getting around.
Lights blinking. Signal racing. McCarthy's bar jumped fairly, only down on the inside. Manakama probably first out with Rathlin. Bojack had no speed, walked out of the barrier and was tailed off early. When they settled down and Rathlin went to the front on settling here, McCarthy's bar has got back on the inside of Manakama and the favourite back 3rd. Tendency ridden back today 4th. Then Palio Archway outside of Winsome Luton, about 4 or 5 last of all Bojack. Out towards the 1,000, Rathlin a length and a half, Manakama a length further back, McCarthy's bar. A half the outside Tendency, a length and a half further back is Winsome Luton. The inside Palio Archway and about 3 then last of all tacking on is Bojack as they go down the side. An even tempo set up in front of the 800 metre mark by Rathlin. A length and a half Manakama, 2.5 then to McCarthy's bar. 3rd on the inside of Tendency 4th. A length further back Winsome Luton. 1 Palio Archway and a length and a half to Bojack. At the 600 metre mark before the home turn, Rathlin a length and a half Manakama. 2 further back still McCarthy's bar inside Tendency. First one to come wide is Winsome Luton, a length Palio Archway, and last of all Bojack. McCarthy's bar had to ease back to come off the rail. Rathlin straightened up a neck in front of Manakama. McCarthy's bar put into the clear outside of Tendency, going home well at the 300 metre mark. On the inside, Rathlin from Manakama. McCarthy's bar taking time to get there. Palio Archway getting up on the inside. Rathlin, Manakama. Rathlin fighting back in front near the line, and Rathlin has won at a half neck on the line to either Manakama or Palio Archway. 4th home every chance. McCarthy's bar and outside of Tendency, then Bojack, and last of the 7 is Winsome Luton. Number 4 all the way here, Rathlin. Number 4, Rathlin, ridden by Luke Curry. Number 4 is the winner. Number 4, Rathlin. From barrier to box here, and the judge calling on the photo for the minor placings, Manakama, and on the inside, Palio Archway, which made up good ground getting up on the inside. So it's 4 in a photo. Manakama the outside, and back on the fence is Palio Archway to be in this photo for the minors. It's just got its head covered up a little, Palio Archway on the inside of the neck of the winner. Well, McCarthy's bar, every possible, came from behind the leaders when they turned, just gave a little bit of a lead away to those 2 up in front, Rathlin and Manakama. But it got clear, it and Tendency were trying to bridge the gap. They couldn't get these leaders. And the one to make ground was Palio Archway getting up on the inside, more so than Tendency and McCarthy's bar out wide. So it's 4 in a photo. The photo here to rest between Manakama outside the winner, and back on the inside of the winner is Palio Archway. And the judge having a good look at this print, very, very close. Palio Archway the inside and Manakama on the outside. They're either side of the winning horse here, Rathlin, number 4. So 4 in a photo up to the running of race number 2 as we go to the 3rd. The Bill Collins handicap, take out numbers 4 and 10, a field of 10. Lapine Funeral Cup, the 4th, take out number 5, and that's Bellavici. Still no decision on this minor placing, 2nd and for 3rd. Projected photo on the screens now, and just trying to find the nose of the horse on the inside, Palio Archway. Manakama's got 2nd on the outside, and Palio Archway back on the fence, number 7, 3rd. So completed numbers are 4, 1 and 7. 4, 1, 7 to the 2nd on the card, 4, 1, 7. Well, honours with the winner, Rathlin. It's by Desert Prince from Sound Goal, raced by A and Miss G. Osborne, Mrs. L. A. Maloney and Mrs. S. Kent.
And trained by Pat Hyland at Cranbourne. Rathlin at $15 Super Tab, $17.20 New South Wales and $17.60 on Unitab. And there's the Super Tab trifecta, $456 on the second event at Caulfield. Next race there is the Bill Collins handicap for 3-year-old fillies. There is correct weighted Oakbank on the first, 8-6 dead heat third for...
Back in the field, he was a trifle wide for a percentage of the race, but as they swept into the home straight when Rod pulled him out into the open, he's a strong horse, and you could see that he was starting to unwind and was going to take a hand in the finish, and he did indeed. 6-12-4-7 are the officials. Number 6, Toulouse-Lautrec, Rod Quinn first. Number 12 gets second, and that is Red Terror.
Now the next one coming forward. Forward goes Real Bliss. Fra's Turn still on the move. We might try and get that microphone down there in the mounting yard, get the audio taken off there if we can, guys.
We're nearly right now.
Now Makaroo goes in. Makaroo is ready. They're just about set for a start. Ready to run now. Set to go. They're off and racing in the second. The first of the jumping races is underway. And from the inside, beginning very nicely indeed, was Tariyama. Cloudy Palace is going out hard with Fairway Game. They draw to the first of 13 and over they go. And there's a fall. Kosi Pura lost the jockey at the first. Kosi Pura's down. The jockey is quickly on his feet. They come up to the second of 3 in the back straight and working to the lead. Fairway Game from Cloudy Palace. Woodfull wider out. It's out deep on the course. In the centre there was on the inside there Makaroo. Over on the inside of those next was Merlos, and there's another one, the Honorary Mule, with them as they've jumped 3 and they'll straightened up now with 4 in the home straight on the first round. Then Fra's Turn being followed by Wise Royale, Jet Ski. Further back in the field came Merlos. Now there's one run off here. Wise Royale's run to the outside. It looks like the horse might be restrained from retired from the race. Further back in the field behind those Superior Man, and next behind those also Real Bliss together there with Costa Plenty towards the tail and China Viceroy. They come to the second now. This horse has been retired from the race. I speak of Wise Royale, the leader Fairway Game. The Honorary Mule going up on the outside of Cloudy Palace and wider Woodfull. 2 lengths further back in the field came Makaroo on the outside of Merlos, and further back to Fra's Turn as they go over the last of 4. There's a fall. Down came the Honorary Mule. He's brought Jet Ski down. The jockey of Costa Plenty is off. He's got back aboard, but then he's fallen off on the other side of the horse, and severely checked was Real Bliss. That riderless horse caused that as they head to the one on the side. They come around the back of the hill, and the pilot is Fairway Game. It's Fairway Game a length and a half in front. Second Cloudy Palace, Woodfull wider out. Further back behind those came Merlos, and then came next on the inside was Tariyama. Further back to Surf, and then behind those was Makaroo. A further 2 lengths to Fra's Turn from Superior Man, China Viceroy, and the riderless horse is jumping some hurdles and not others, and as a result he's causing all sorts of carnage in the race. Now Cloudy Palace comes through on the inside of Woodfull, and they are the joint leaders now by 2 lengths to Fairway Game, who's over on the inside of Merlos. As they go over the first one, they jumped. Back behind those came Tariyama. Further back to Superior Man. Fra's Turn, needing to get a wriggle on, is starting to make some ground now. And then Makaroo and a gap to China Viceroy and Real Bliss. Now Woodfull took the lead. He leads by 2 lengths. Surf's moved up on the outside in second place. Tariyama third on the inside, and they've drawn out to Cloudy Palace. Then came Superior Man making ground, and Fra's Turn could not go with him as they come down the hill around the corner. They've got 2 left to jump, and now going clear, racing away. In fact, Tariyama dashed out 2.5 to Surf. Then Woodfull, followed by Superior Man running a race from Cloudy Palace and Fra's Turn. They come to the second last. Tariyama measured it well, jumped it cleanly, leads Surf by a length, coming back on the inside. They're clear of Woodfull and Superior Man. Tariyama only needs to stand up, and he does. Tariyama jumped the last. He's clear of Surf, then Superior Man, and it's Tariyama coming away for Willie Harnett. Scored by 3 lengths to Surf. 4 away next was Superior Man third, and a gap to Woodfull from Fra's Turn, followed in behind those by Cloudy Palace. Now there's a fallen jockey here at the 1600 metre mark. The jockeys are being asked by the clerk of the course to steer clear, stay near the inside, and the riderless horse almost took out the people there as well, followed by Cloudy Palace. Then came Real Bliss, followed in by Makaroo, Fairway Game, and the others have been retired from the race, and there were several casualties. The fallen horse, the first one to go, Kosi Pura, caused some trouble there by jumping the one at the 1700 metre mark, got in tight on the honorary mule and brought Jetskay down, and Costa Plenty's jockey was off Adrian Garraway, but then he tried to get back aboard and unfortunately slipped off the offside of the horse, and now the ambulance personnel are tending to Adrian at the 1600 metre mark. I think he was struck by some hooves of a horse on the outside. Could have been Real Bliss. All right, now, looks like all horses have been captured. The other interesting thing was the fact that Wise Royale was retired from the race by Brett Scott after jumping just 3 hurdles. However, the winner is Tariyama, ridden by Willie Harnett for Bevan Lamming. Tariyama, number 10.
Yes, it's run the trip right out. Thank you, Hilton. And we'll leave it with you, Hilton, to chase up a report on all of those fallen jockeys and horses as well. Let's keep our fingers crossed there's no serious injuries there to the riders or the horses. All right, so there they go over the final jump there at Oakbank. Tariyama getting the money. All right, now let's head across to Caulfield. Alf Matthews is joining us with the late mail for race number 3.
Thank you, Matt. Number 9, Old Friends Gold, I've put on top here. The simple fact that because of the couple of scratchings, I just believe that the speed...
No value to tote compared to what they're betting on track. Taken, it's been easy. Unders the tote. Quantong's been easy. Scarlet Scene's been a little bit easy, near enough on and off track. Elf's top tip, number 9. Unders the tote, it has been easy on track. The Divot has been the one that has been supported. Double figure into single figure odds on the tote, holding up very well, as you would understand now.
Well, totes Tariyama over Surf and Superior Man. The trifecta was 4,116. And here's the first 4 dividend in New South Wales. Woodfull, number 2, ran 4th. It was 10,162.50. Now let's return to Caulfield for the 3rd event.
Now deep in the woods, Rinky Dink ready. Desert Marauder coming along. Up Riderless will go the favourite, Taken. Taken to come up. Then Light Sweeper, the Divot, and Quantong to come forward. Taken was in, but worked her way out of the gates again, Riderless. Taken favourite here. Second pick would be Rinky Dink or Quantong. A little bit of interest at odds for a Desert Marauder down the bottom here. Now the Divot to come along and still Quantong down the track for race number 3 today. The Divot goes up. Rathlin led all the way in the previous, number 4, beat number 1 Manakama, and Palio Atchway, number 7. Now just about ready. Now one through the front of the gates here is the Divot. The Divot's got through the front. Quantong coming up, and the Divot, no harm done, has gone about not quite 200 metres down the track, so she's to trot back. We have a slight delay here as the Divot returns now back to the gates. The fillies are in. Classy Dart starter on the platform, ready. Bit of movement from deep in the woods. Signal given. They're off and running. Left in a good line too. Light Sweeper going back after the start. Taken began okay, but Classy Darcy first out from Old Friends Gold, and Taken pushing forward around Desert Marauder the middle. Further out as the Divot, 2 or 3 further back in the race when they settle down as Quantong. Over on the outside of Scarlet Scene, 2.5 further back is Rinky Dink. On the inside of Deep in the Woods and 2 to Light Sweeper. The leader Classy Darcy down the side at a good clip in front. 2.5 lengths in front of Taken, a half into Old Friends Gold on the inside third. 2 lengths further back than Desert Marauder outside it, the Divot. 2 lengths to Quantong, a half then Scarlet Scene. 1 further back is Rinky Dink, and they're followed on the outside by Deep in the Woods and 2 to Light Sweeper. He slows them up in front on Classy Darcy at the 700, a length in front of Taken. Old Friends Gold third, the rail. A length further back, 4th is the Divot. 5th on the inside, Desert Marauder. 2 to Quantong, 1 Scarlet Scene. A length to Deep in the Woods from Rinky Dink. He's got a job from there, and 2 last of all, Light Sweeper. Classy Darcy before the turn, a length and a quarter in front of Taken. Then Old Friends Gold, followed by the Divot, Quantong. Desert Marauder back nearer the inside, and Deep in the Woods is pulled out wide. Straightening up, the leader Classy Darcy out wide on the track. Quantong and the Divot coming. Then Taken under pressure from Old Friends Gold. Desert Marauder running into trouble there. Further out is Rinky Dink with a late run. On the outside, Quantong in front. Rinky Dink is flying. Rinky Dink is getting up to Quantong, and Rinky Dink's got its nose in front. Rinky Dink A half neck to Quantong. Classy Darcy stayed on for third just from Old Friends Gold. Further out on the track, deep in the woods, further back than Scarlet Scene. The Divot, wider out, Light Sweeper, and Taken in a blanket finish is back near the tail.
Rinky Dink number 1, ridden by Blake Shin, trained by Rick Lacey. Not in the picture at the moment. Wait for her, here she comes. Rinky Dink number 1 chiming in out wide. Quantong number 6 for Luke Curry, and Classy Darcy number 8 ridden by C.A. Simon's apprentice will be third. 168 across the line. That's Rinky Dink. Of course, she had a quick stint in Tasmania this campaign. They took her down for the Tasmanian Oaks, which she won. Back on the mainland today, she was too good. She did run third at Caulfield 2 weeks ago. Eagle Farm Race 3 is coming up in 5 minutes, and Larry, just prior to the late mail, Adam Best, jockey 168 on the third. Now we've got another one from New Zealand coming in shortly, the Group 1 Easter Handicap over 1,600 metres. That will conclude our coverage of racing from New Zealand today. It's from Ellerslie, of course, and Pomp and Glory there, number 7 for Opie Bosson. It's well fancied at $4. Back up to 1 Irish Rover, and Surprise number 5 at $6.80. And then Diamond Like number 10's at $9.80. And Group 1 coming up in 6 minutes' time from New Zealand. Very big field there, so summing up with the top 8, Pomp and Glory at $4 favourite ahead of Surprise and Irish Rover. And Pomp and Glory, number 7, remains the favourite at $4.05. Very consistent horse. He's won 7 from 16, trained by Alan Jones at Cambridge. He ran second in a Group 2 at Tauranga 2 weeks ago, but he's won 3 out of 5 here at Ellerslie. Pomp and Glory, they're getting set. Back at Eagle Farm, number 6 has got third Telly win, 4th goes to 5 Red Bonnet, 1-12-6-5 on the third. The Caulfield first 4, 1, 6, 8 and 9, Old Friends Gold 4th, 6,364.60, and correct weights in from Melbourne. Here's Ron Duffy's late mail numbers for the next at Randwick. He's tipping 1 Seances, 5 Karrakatta, 8 Cataclysm and 2 Fair Embrace, 1, 5, 8 and 2. And we'll catch up with Ron after this race from New Zealand. Let's head across to Ellerslie for the Easter Handicap.
This is a chance for some recompense. Here's the call. Let's kick off.
If Millennium steps in with the aid of the blanket, but the rest of them stand up perfectly. Favourite on the inside, Pomp and Glory. So set to go now in the Easter. They're in and racing in the Easter. Dance in the Sun, one of the first to bounce. Diamond Like scoots to the lead. Pomp and Glory away well on the inside. Races up to try and head them off. Ubiquitous is the next horse out. Jet Ski and Irish Rovers punching up. Surprise on the inside. Millennium is the next one. Then Let's Planet going forward on the outside of these as they settle down by the 1,200 metres. Getting back a little on the outside. Rodrigo Rose. Jet Ski just ahead of it. Sir Kinloch is back today. Then So Cool, the next one from Mr. Robert. Then Marie Claire is next. Then followed Travelling Man. Back then Regal Crona towards the rear. Upset Them is next, and A Keller is last. Spread over 20 lengths with 900 metres to go. Pacemaker is Diamond Like, a length clear. Dance in the Sun second. Beautiful run now to Pomp and Glory. Let's Planet on the outside. Ubiquitous is the next horse. 2 back to Irish Rover. Jet Ski is the next one. And then followed around on the outside of these now is Millennium as they race down 700 metres to go. Surprise back on the inside. They followed round them by Rodrigo Rose. Then Sir Kinloch back now from So Cool, Mr. Robert, Marie Claire, Travelling Man, and well back.